In this video, we're gonna try our hand at making a knife. Now, I've never made a knife before, so as long as our end product turns out something that at least closely resembles what could be a knife, I'm gonna call it a win. I've got a couple of lawnmower blades here. It's just something that I was given, so we're gonna try our hand at some stock removal to use maybe one of the flatter parts of this and grind it down and hopefully make a knife. For this next part, we're actually going to go up to my parents because my dad is an experienced woodworker. He has a lot more tools than I do, and that should hopefully make this task easier. It's about 34 degrees outside. Perfect day to make some knives. All right, this is Dad's workshop. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
A lot more tools than I have. I was able to pull out just enough juice to the angle grinder to cut this part out. So now we did a little more cleanup on the bench grinder, and we've got something that actually sort of slightly resembles a knife. Okay, so we have a profile. Now I'm going to measure out some lines to put on the face to create the bevel. I don't have a jig or anything, so we're gonna try to make the bevel by hand, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, with a little bit of guesswork, a lot of measuring, we got our lines drawn, and we're gonna try to put a bevel. This is gonna take a while. We're done with round one. I don't know if I'll end up going all the way to this white line, but not bad progress if I do say so myself. We're getting real close to that. Might need to go down a little bit more. I don't know if you can see that. To our line. Because that would be a really chunky edge there to try to cut anything. But we're gonna keep working on it. All right, so we're back home now, and after multiple hours of grinding with a file, we got a halfway decent bevel on it. I'm pretty happy with that turnout, and we also learned why most people use belt sanders for this. Here is the jig that Dad helped me set up to make this. So when you put the knife in down there, attach the file to the rod. There's lots of other videos on YouTube on how to make this. That's what we did to create this. So this is not my own idea. There's multiple videos out there that you can find on a knife making jig for a file. And we just did that, followed the instructions, and that's what we're using. So I was trying to work on getting some of these cracks out here that you see, these gashes. Some of them are pretty deep. Sanded it down a little more, got some of it out, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to get the rest of it out, and I may not be able to with what I have here. There's also a curve in that handle from where this was a lawnmower blade, so it curved down to the shape, and I'm in the middle of creating my forge. So once I can make the forge, I'm gonna try to heat that up, get that a little flatter. I got a little bit of a curve in the knife body itself, but you know, it is what it is. It's the material I got, and this is the first one, so I don't expect the knife to be perfect. It's a learning experience, and we're just gonna keep rolling with it. Now I'm going to drill the holes for the pins. The rod that I have to make the pins is 3/16 in size. We're going to use a 3/16 drill bit in the drill press and put some holes in. Hopefully that doesn't break my bit. All right, now that all the WD-40 is off, we got our 2 pinholes. Looks like that turned out pretty nice. I don't think I burned out my bit. And there we are. And after quite a bit of hand sanding, we are reminded again why people buy belt sanders. Perhaps I should invest in one of those soon. But we're getting there. Progress is being made. Well, we got the forge assembled. It's not too windy outside, so we're gonna try quenching. Now, this thing might break, it might crack, it might, you know, who knows what this thing might do when we quench it. So, we're gonna find out. Yeah, that feels like it's sliding across. It's just cleaning up the top. It's not biting it. We're now gonna start working on the knife handle. So here we go. So we got this old piece of oak here. It's been around for a long time, so it's super dried, but oak is a nice hardwood, and we're gonna use that for our handle. Okay, we have quenched and tempered the blade. I've got the scales roughly cut out of the oak, so we just need to do some cleanup on the blade, get the scales attached to the handles, then clean up the handle a little bit, finish that, then sharpening, and we'll be done. So we are almost there. Okay, so here we have the handle scales attached to the knife. Definitely not the prettiest prettiest attachment you will see on for a knife handle, but it's my first go. So we're gonna sand this guy down. I've actually done a little bit of sanding already, but we'll keep sanding it down to try to get everything a little more flush, a little more smooth, and we're gonna go from there. and gentlemen, we have a knife. I used a natural finish on the handle here, and it did darken, but I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. You can see how it got darker there. Lots of room for improvement. Learned a lot of things here. Also invested in a belt grinder or a belt sander now to keep learning with these. But yeah, I learned a lot. Really pleased with the outcome. I didn't get much footage of the handle making process. That took a little longer than I expected, and I just forgot to film it. Also didn't have any footage of the tempering, which I baked it at 400 degrees for 2 hours, took it out, let it cool down to room temperature, and then baked it again at 400 degrees for 2 hours, and then let it cool down again. So that was the tempering process after the quench. And then lots of sanding, lots of sharpening. You know, I wouldn't recommend any super fine detail work with this thing, but it'll shave the hair off your arm though, for sure. So overall, really happy with this. Learned a lot. Can't wait to keep making more. Thanks for watching.